This is a fitna that shaitan is misguiding in the Muslim lands nowadays. The best TV serials and best TV shows and most interesting and things are kept for the nights of Ramadan. According to Muslim Imam Ahmad from Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As authentically. Everybody has a soft spot for somebody. Sometimes it's a sheikh, some alim, as it should be. If I remember myself when I was overseas. I'll give you an example. One time I was in Emirat, in Ras Al Khaimah, and we had a lot of tullab. We used to have one special dars on the weekend for Bulugh Al Maram, the Sheikh Abdul Basit Al Qasimi. And the young brothers there, they were Emirati, from the Emirat, from Ras Al Khaimah. I was the only non-Emirati amongst them. Sometimes they would be like, let's go out and do something, let's go out and do this, let's go out to the beach, let's go out, we'll take you to the desert. And I had a very busy schedule. I used to have durus from Dhuhr until Maghrib with Sheikh Sadiq, and then Sheikh Ibrahim and Shura at night, and then Quran in the morning, and then weekends I had very busy. And I was married, and my two sons that are here were with me. So I had to do family stuff, and I had to do all the studies. I had no days off except for Jum'ah, and then in Jum'ah I would try to spend time with the shuyukh anyway, and so on. So I would never want to go with them because I didn't have time for it. But I remember one time the Shaykh said to me, Uthman, you should go. I told him, Allah Rasi, khalas, that's it, I'm going. They were like, man, we've been telling you for months, and you'd never come, and I said, Shaykh said it, khalas. Is the shifa, the intercession of the Shaykh, khalas. For some people, it's their wife or their husband, their spouse. They not want to do something until the spouse tells them, then they'll do it. Some people it's opposite. Never mind, I'm not going to go there. Some people it's their children. And you tell them go somewhere, they don't want to go. A little child of theirs comes and says, Baba, or Daji, or this or that, let's go there. Khalas, let's go. Some people it's their friends. Some people it's their boss. Some people it's a king. Some people it's different. Different people have somebody that their shifa'a, their intercession is accepted. Sometimes you have a king in a country, or a president, or a dictator, whatever, right? And they have certain people around them. So the king will not listen to anybody, but they have a wazir, they have a general, or they have a minister, or advisor, or a senator, or a congressperson, whatever you want to say. And if they intercede, then the king or the president, dictator, whatever, they agree. This is a concept you need to understand. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he told us as-siyam, the fasting, and al-Quran, and the Quran, yashfa'an, they are two intercessors who make shifa', who intercede lil-abd, for the slave, yawm al-qiyamah, on the day of judgment. That's a very beautiful hadith. Understand something, it doesn't mean that fasting is a person, or the Quran is a person. No. As Imam Ahmad from the Salaf of this Ummah, he explained, it is the thawab, the reward of fasting, and the reward of the Quran recited in the nights. And that reward will intercede for the person until they are forgiven. Their intercession is accepted. How can we miss this opportunity? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts their intercession. The fasting will say that, Ya Rab, I kept him away from food and drink and desires in the day. Forgive him. The Quran will say, I kept him from sleeping at night. What does that mean? The people of Quran, they were the ones that they would be awake in the nights reciting. And this is something for Ramadan, for us coming up. Not just praying the qiyam behind the imam, reading the Quran, but ourselves individually, whatever from the Quran, to sit in the nights and recite it. So the Quran can intercede for us on the day of judgment. So the fasting and the Quran, their intercession is accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From the things that I have said, and the things that I have conveyed to you from the Quran and Sahih Ahadith. I haven't mentioned anything weak to you. Yeah. We need to make a niyyah, an intention. Talks are not meant for talking or passing time. They have to be followed up with action. We need to say, this Ramadan, I'm going to make it different. I'm not just going to go through this Ramadan sleepwalking like I did before. I'm not just going to stay up all night watching movies and playing games and doing whatever. And this is a fitna that shaitan is misguiding in the Muslim lands nowadays. The best TV serials and best TV shows and most interesting and thing are kept for the nights of Ramadan. So the Quran can be left on the shelf and you can waste your night of Ramadan. I'm not just going to fast from not eating and drinking. I'm going to fast from foul language. I'm going to fast from useless speaking. I'm going to fast from backbiting. I'm going to fast from lying. I'm going to fast from all of the imsak is going to be from all these things. Because I know my sins better than anybody else. And I know how much I am in need of those sins being forgiven. And I have these opportunities in the month of Ramadan coming. Wallahi, we have no guarantee we will see another Ramadan. We have no guarantee that we'll get such an opportunity again. There are people that were with us last Ramadan that I remember. I remember their faces. I remember seeing them in the masjid. And then I remember burying them. And they will not be with us in this Ramadan.